Premier Soccer League, beating two of Zimbabwe's traditional giants, Caps United hosting Highlanders, a game that is going to be played under mixed emotions. Highlanders still in mourning after 4 of their members perished in a road accident last week, and today Caps United celebrate one of their greatest sons, that is Phineas Bamusi, who made 270 appearances for the team, and he gets to be celebrated as he transitions into the club hierarchy as well. And this is a momentous occasion for him and for Caps United, and being part of those legends. But the game itself has to be played nonetheless. With all the emotions that the game brings today, I'm sure it shall spill into the turf of Rufaro Stadium this afternoon. My name is Valentine Mabugu, and I'm a man who never walks alone. And I still have today again Max and Spencer. Max, good to have you on the show as well, and it's good to have you guys. I have you, and as well as Spencer, good to have you on the show as well. But Max, a big game. We cannot not talk about the emotions that this game brings. Yes, one celebrating, but the other, it's a tragic moment, a moment to really try and lift yourself and try to play again with those that you looked up to every day.
Yeah, quite difficult for both teams for different reasons, like you were just saying, Valentine, but especially for Highlanders after losing 3 of their executives. It's always a difficult moment to try and gather that dressing room to come up to play this game. Unfortunately, the fixtures has to be going on, but that will also give them a motivation because they have to play for their fallen as well. And in respect of that, it has always been a huge game between these two giants, absolute giants of Zimbabwean football, in Caps United and Highlanders. Caps United, oh wow, their season going down after a very good start with that season as well. Probably not where they would have wanted to be by now. They would have been thinking that they would still be on the first or second position fighting for the title, but it hasn't been that way for Tekshua Chiragwe and his charges. So difficult times for both teams as well, but nevertheless a huge fixture for both of them.
Spencer, how do you motivate players? Max speaks of an important aspect that we need to focus on, and that has to do with the Caps United. Started so well over the season, at the beginning of the season, but fizzled out in the second round of the season, and they are now, imagine, 18 points behind local leaders currently, and yet at one point they were 8 points ahead of everyone else.
Well, football being a crazy game and always difficult to really try and motivate the team, especially what they've gone through. I think a lot of confidence has been lost along the way. Players are not confident. They are losing games that they should be winning. I mean, if you look at the games against FC Hunters, they missed quite a number of chances and they lost 1-0. Then in Gweru against Tel1, they also missed a number of chances and they lost 1-0. So I think for Caps United, it's now a change of focus. It was a team that was once playing to win the league, but now they're trying to play to finish in the top 4. I think that will only be a salvation. Of course, if they can also do well in the cup games that will come up, it will be something of a consolation for the season. But in terms of the league, I think it will be a disappointing one for Caps United with how they started and where they are. 13 points and trailing, and it's not a good fit for Caps United. But they just have to focus and try and win this game. Of course, it's a high-scoring fixture between Highlanders and Caps United. Maybe, given that background, they can also come back and try and get the goals. Because from the last 5 games, they've only managed to score 3 goals, Caps United, and they haven't been scoring the goals.
Let's talk about Highlanders still with you, Spence, and talk about how Highlanders themselves have progressed this season. Yes, it's been fits and starts, so many draws. That's why they are where they are. They can't seem to convert those draws to wins. We thought maybe in the second half of the season they could potentially be able to do so, but they haven't really found the right kind of mojo. Yes, there are certain fringe games that they've picked maximum points, particularly the big ones. They've picked maximum points, and this could be another one for them.
Well, for Highlanders, like Refu said, they know how to pick the big teams. They've beat Scotland, they at Barberfields, and the big games are the most games that they like. And I think for Benjamin Moura has done very well in terms of coaching his team, getting the team where they are. What's not just coming, it's the goals. I mean, they've got so many draws. If they had just won 3 of the games they would have drawn, they would be fighting for the championship. And I think they just need to get goals. And Benjamin Edjogen has to also stand up tall and try and get those goals for Highlanders, as we see the head-to-head stats there, Vava.
Indeed, let's look at the head-to-head. Highlanders, the last 5 games for the two sides. Highlanders losing to Caps United 1-2, and then Caps United again beating Highlanders 1-0. Highlanders finally winning against Caps United. Then Caps United in another 5-goal thriller, beating Highlanders 3-2, and then Highlanders beating Caps United by 2-0. So, Max, you look at that, very high-scoring game, and this one is much more important for the two sides because it's 6 versus 7, and if Highlanders win, they go above Caps United. That's trouble for Caps United this season with how they've begun the season, and that's pressure for Texo Ashiragu. He hasn't made so much show, in as much as they say to him, Texo.
Yeah, they've been saying Texo, make sure. I think we just saw a plaque on one of the fans encouraging him. It has never been a much more pressure moment than now, because now I think there's so much pressure on Texo Ashiragu, especially after the brilliant starts, like what Spencer has been saying. But I think he has to forget about, what has gone wrong and just take the positive from those poor performances that they've gotten in the previous games. But coming to a big game like this, historically, I think in the previous games, they do have a little of an edge over Highlanders, actually, Caps United. And this game has always been driven by the home fans and the home condition and how hostile you set it for yourself. So it's up to Caps United, to put their big boy socks on and make sure that they come to the party and perform this afternoon. So much expected from the fans themselves, because for them at least they have to make sure that these huge games they perform up to task. They're probably now far away from winning the league, like you're just saying at the Valentine, but that does not mean that the season has ended. You still have to perform in big games like this. If you're looking at that 10-up, probably going to be a full capacity when it comes to kickoff. So there's so much weight on this game and so much weight on the coach and on the players. And I think it's up to the coach as well to perform well and the players themselves to come up to the party.
Let's look at Highlanders' the last 5 games. The last one, they lost to ZPC Kariba, but before that, they'd won 1-0 against Scotland, a big win against a big side as well. They drew 1-1 with, that is FC Platinum at Stadium. Then they drew 1-0 with Singapore again. Those draws against Spencer, you did touch on them. And they won against Moors again, away from home. So you mentioned those 2 wins as well. If they had converted those 2 draws to wins, they'll be up there fighting for the championship.
They'll definitely be in the top 4 fighting for the championship. I think they've just drawn so many games. I mean, you would have expected, when they beat Scotland at Barberfields, would have expected them to go to Kariba and come up with all the 3 points, but it wasn't to be. ZPC held on. But I think for Highlanders, they need to really convert the chances they are creating. They are creating good chances, but they're failing to kill off a game. I think that's one area they really need to work on, to kill off a game and try and get all the maximum 3 points. If you look at the wins, they've got more away wins than home. They've got actually 4 away wins and 3 home games where they've won. So I think they are good travelers. So hopefully with that form, let's see if they can come here to Psl Stadium and try and snatch a win against the struggling Caps United.
And looking at Caps United, last 5 games as well, gentlemen. Till one beating Caps United last time around, that was last weekend. Caps United again losing to FC Hunters. That's a loss to them. Before that, they had won against Manica Dynamo, need 2 in Mutare. And then they did a goalless draw right here at Rufaro Stadium against the Platinum Stars. And also a thrilling 3-all draw against, that was at Chawanda Stadium against Hard Rock. And of course, looking, as I mentioned earlier on, that today is a very momentous occasion for Caps United as well. Looking at how their star player, something that we haven't seen in Zimbabwe football nowadays with how nomadic players are. But for a player to stay 9 years and give you 270 matches as well in those 9 years as the captain, Phineas Bamusi, needs to be celebrated, Max.
Yeah, phenomenal. I think those are one of the players that straight from your head, you know how good he was for Caps United and how loyal he was, like you were just saying, Valentine. And I think they have to play for him this afternoon. If they're not going to play for anything else, then they just have to play for Phineas Bamusi. I think he's been brilliant for the team, and even in retirement, he hasn't left the club. He's always been involved in everything that is Caps United, and it's quite beautiful to see. We're just saying that time they're being
guard of honor.
That guard of honor, just to celebrate him. I think it's a quite deserved award going to him. But if you look at the log standing and where the team is, I think Phineas himself would have wanted Caps to be a little bit higher on the log table. But just that
2 points separate the 2 sides.
Yeah, not
so much to play for.
Yeah, so much to play for. But I think it's just sad to see where Caps United are from where they started from as well. And I think just those 5 games previously, losing at home to Hunters, I think it's something that is unacceptable from Caps United. But they've given Texo Ashiragu a chance. They haven't shown him the door yet. But you would know that he has to get a result as soon as possible, as we are just seeing that award just being taken off.
Indeed, therefore, Phineas Bamusi, what a gesture. I think this is what we said the institutions are built on former players showing loyalty to the club, being committed, and now he's transitioning as well to a new role from being a player and being part of the technical team, and maybe in the future as well you transition into the executive, Sparrow.
Well, I think first of all we must give credit to the Caps management team, of course, Alois Bunjira and his team. I think this is phenomenal. This is a good job. Like Ravi said, 9 years at Caps United. Phineas Bamusi in your picture there, having played 270 something games, and I think that's a lot of games that he has played.
270 there.
270 games, and what a way to end his career, and a befitting send-off, and a good gesture by Caps United. And this is the first time we have seen this happen, Vava.
Indeed, a magnificent. That's what I'm sure loyalty is built on, and of course the tradition of the club as well. And these are two traditional Giants matches that we are talking about. We know their history, we know some of the names, but nowadays, players have become so nomadic that you play one season there, another season there, another season there, and now you can't be a true club legend, can you?
No, you can't. It's quite difficult. Back in the past, it was known that there was a taboo to cross those lines, those white and red lines going to the other side as well. But we have seen that it has changed. Football has definitely evolved. But you would know the likes of Bamusi that in their playing days, they were actually figures of hope for clubs like Caps United. They have the green machine blood in their veins. They would represent the club with courage, and you would actually see in their performances as well. So it's just good enough that Caps United has come on to recognize what he has done for the club. And, two Giants going on today to be playing in this game, and this actually tops up on what already is being expected to be a very good big class this afternoon.
All right, gentlemen, let's see the two teams arriving here at Rufaro Stadium for this very important game as well. And it is Caps United versus Highlanders. The two teams arriving. And I always like my analysts to look at, the players when the teams are arriving, and look at, the body language of the players. Sometimes Caps United, they always say to be, something from a psychological, disadvantage. Somehow they need to sort it out. As we also see, as Caps United arrive, what's happening in the stadium as well is a good gesture from Caps United to the Highlanders family, as we see the Highlanders executive also receiving a portrait in memory of the 4 departed Highlanders members, 3 of the executive and 1 avid supporter as well. And we continue to say, may their souls rest in eternal peace as well. And a good gesture and good touch from Caps United, as Caps United arrives right here at Rufaro Stadium for this match day 26 of the Kasalaga Premier Soccer League. An important game for Texua Chiragui, because I feel, Sparrow, you'll be very much under pressure.
Well, I think football is a pressure game, and you definitely need to turn around the fortunes for Caps United. Yeah. And I think he needs a win in this afternoon. As we see the Caps United players just jumping off the bus, looking all relaxed, all in a jovial mood, just singing along, trying to motivate themselves, psyching up themselves ahead of a big encounter. That's the home team changing room. Of course, key players to look out for there for Caps United. You've got your Junior Bunja, who will be likely to be on the bench, as well as Kawonga is a key player for Caps United. Piri is also coming in for Caps United. That's another great player. Arubi coming in with his experience in goals for Caps United. So I think it's a big encounter for Caps United. The players themselves have to motivate themselves to try and get all the 3 points this afternoon. They desperately need the 3 points. Caps need to start winning if they are going to finish in the top 4.
Bucks, let's talk about Highlanders.
Yep.
How they need to set up today. We've seen how Caps United have been failing, to convert some of the chances that they've created. They've created a lot of chances, but the conversion has been a problem. It's the same with Highlanders. They create chances, but conversion has become a problem. As we see at the Highlanders gesture there, as they receive a portrait from Caps United there for those that have departed, yep. And greatly appreciated there for Highlanders. Good touch from Caps United. Going back to that as well, how Highlanders need to set up against the Caps United that looks like more like them, hence they're 6 and 7. How do they play this one?
Yep, yeah, probably just catching
them right.
Yep, I think Highlanders, as we were saying, you're talking about chance creation, probably the best in creating chances in the league, but not the best in converting them. There's so many other golden opportunities that have been missed, whether you're talking about Baba Fields or their travels away from home. I think they have to be clinical enough this afternoon, and they have been playing at Caps United, who in the last 5 games they have not scored as many goals as they've loved. and I think that will play to their advantage as well. But it's key for them, for the likes of Darlington and Cooley, who are going to be the creative players in that attacking mid for Highlanders. You're talking about Mongameli Chuma. A lot has been said about him, and the expectation on him as well. But those are the two key players that I think, creatively wise, they're going to be important how they set up for Highlanders as well. Benjamin Ardigun leading the front. He has to be clinical. The supply is probably going to come for him, but the chances won't be plenty if you look at how big the fixture is. So that is one thing that I think, one aspect that I think Benjamin Marwari would have worked on with the guys during the preparation for this game.
Spencer, Nomo Chinyere is missing. He's been the cock. He's been the defense half for Highlanders, and he's been the steady, most consistent player. But due to suspension, he misses this one. And how much of a miss will he be for Highlanders in this game?
It will definitely be a big miss, because he's one player who leads the team. He's more like the coach on the field. I think it will be a big miss for Highlanders, as he brings in wealth of experience and reads the game very well and knows how to control his defense, knows how to control also his midfielders. And I think it's a big miss for Highlanders. Unfortunately, they have to do without him. But a lot to be expected from the guys like Neva Rouge as well as Mongameli. They've got to come to the party. Of course, they've also got Kudamahachi. He's another player. I think he's rejuvenated his career after playing as a left back at Highlanders, and I think he's done very well on that position.
Let's talk about Caps United, and of course they've got Washington Arubi, one player that has played for all three, like Tishawana Dia as well. And today he gets to face Highlanders, the could potentially be his former team as well. And let's talk about the goalkeeping department. It has been sorted out, but also it's not yet that solid, so to speak, because of how Caps United have played. Let's talk a bit about Caps United.
Yeah, you look, I think that has been a problem for them from the start of the season in the goalkeeping department, and you know, it really didn't end well until they went on to get Washington Nairobi. He's a well-experienced goalkeeper, and like what you're saying, Spence has played for all of the teams, and the one to have Achiro, who's been their anchor in that midfield as well. Defensively wise, I think they're main shot in that aspect as well, and going forward, Wadi is also missing. But I think that would be a worry for Texas Chiragui. But I think we have some confidence with Washington Arubi, with the kind of experience he brings to the team. And I think he also has to be a leader from the back as well, commanding his lines as well, as we're just seeing them in that warm-up. I think that will give them a little bit of comfort, knowing that they have Arubi on the goalpost, who probably has much more experience than many of the other goalkeepers that we have seen in the league so far.
Let's talk about Bruce Kangwa, because he comes into the side to captain the side as well. And with years of experience, as we also see Highlanders warming up as well. And Neva Rouge, I'm sure, is another important key player for Highlanders this afternoon. But let's talk about the captaincy at Caps United.
Well, I think Bruce Kangwa is a seasoned player. He's seen it all, former Highlanders captain, and he comes up against his former team, and that wealth of experience he gained playing for Highlanders will bring value to Caps United. And he's a good leader. He knows how to lead the game, knows how to push forward in terms of when he's playing on the left flank, knows how to overlap and brings in some beautiful crosses. And I think he's an experienced player and a very good player. You can't underestimate Bruce Kangwa. He's seen it all. He's also playing the national team. That experience, I think Caps United will need this afternoon, especially in a big game like this.
Let's, without much further ado, and hear what the coaches they have to say about how they've set up their sides this afternoon and how important this game is. Remember, I mentioned that it's quite an emotional game, though for Highlanders it's more on mourning, but for Caps United it's more on celebrating a legend that is Phineas Bamusi.
As a country and also as a nation, to lose the pillars of the game that way. But at the end of the day, we also need to take responsibility of our work, and also we also need to move forward. But what is important is how you prepare the game. But it's not going also to be easy, because if you look at Highlanders, they were the most affected because they were so close every day with those leaders. So they will play with a lot of emotions, playing for them. We are also mourning. We are together. But at the end of the day, you know, close to your father, you see him every day. It's very, very difficult. So I think they've got also a message to send. But like I've said, football is football. We come back to football after everything. Then we have to move on. And our responsibility is to make sure we play to our best ability. Looking where we're coming from as Caps United, it's not pleasing in terms of collecting the maximum points. And also this is another opportunity that we got today to make sure we play to our ability. give the fighting spirit to make sure we are playing at home. The fans, they will come to enjoy, come to get the goals, come to get the points, and we try to do that week in, week out, so that we can be a better team today.
No, we always know when we have coming from a bad week like this, we know we're trying to motivate the boys, but it's difficult, but we have to play, you know. We know we lost our beloved ones, but we know that they are there in spirit, so I need my players to show character, you know, to play under such situation. Today, I think the changes that I made, Nomo is suspended. That's why I'm playing Mhlanga today, and I think it's the same team that played in Kariba, apart from Nomo.
The two coaches expressing their different views and how they have set up their side today. And of course, we're almost setting up for this big match here at Rufaro Stadium. Without much further ado, we shall be taking a short break. When we come back, we'll be back with our commentary team as we give you live commentary of the match between Caps United and Highlanders, match day 6 of the Casablanca Premier Soccer League.
Zimbabwe's biggest agricultural and business showcase is back. From 24 to 29 August, experience ZAS 2026, powering growth, where agriculture, technology and commerce converge as Zimbabwe celebrates innovation, investment and enterprise. Make sure your brand is seen, heard and remembered. Advertise with ZBC and enjoy unbeatable exposure across television, radio, digital and social media. Reach every province, reach every market, reach Zimbabwe. Book your ZAS campaign today. Contact Mildred 0712 831 177 or Thelma 0776 413 261. Email marketing@zbc.co.zw. ZBC, Zimbabwe's #1 broadcast partner.
Facing Highlanders in a crucial encounter, because Caps United haven't been picking up points of late, and the Highlanders themselves have not been losing, but they were concentrated mainly with draws, and today of course becomes very important indeed. And remember, Highlanders are coming into this encounter at the back of a tragedy in which they lost their chairman, retired Colonel Kenneth Mhlope, and the vice chairman, Comrade Sifiso Siziwa, as well as the treasurer, and that is Nkani Koza, alongside Mbaleshe Sibanda, a long-time fan of Highlanders. And we say to the departed quartet, may their souls rest in eternal peace. That, of course, is Caps United celebrating the long-serving player. 270 games for Caps United. That is Phineas Bamusi. And you briefly saw his coach, Tekshua Chiragwi, showing some appreciation as well. A wonderful servant of Caps United, Phineas Bamusi. We used to describe him as a bundle of energy. And I remember likening him to dynamite coming in small packages. Whoever coined that statement must have had this young man in mind. That's Phineas Bamusi. And the Caps United family applauding their fans. Before the start of this encounter, they definitely need their support, because Highlanders are a tough nut to crack. Although Caps United in the last 5 matches, Caps United have been having the better of the exchanges, or the better results, winning 3 times, and Highlanders winning twice. And the crowd, of course, is a good one, given the fact that we had another attendance here yesterday when Scotland hosted Moors. And of course the game ended goalless. And that's part of the Cape United family, dancing in anticipation of a victory here. It will be a sweet victory because beating a team like Highlanders is no mean feat at all. Here they come. Amashalanyama in black and white, Cape United in green and white. The unmistakable colors of the two teams who represent the battle of the cities, Bulawayo and Harare. And the match of features coming through, led by Patrick Kalota, who of course is assisted by Lakson Mara and Admire Chirara, with the fourth match official as Tichawana Tigere, Brighton Mudzamiri as the match commissioner. Cape United led by their captain Bruce Kangwa, a veteran who has also played for Highlanders, was in Tanzania for a number of years before coming back to start playing for his beloved Cape United. And we can now pause for the national anthem. Zimbabwe, Simulzai Mureza, where Zimbabwe, as the Highlanders go across now to meet their counterparts before the start of the game here. It promises to be a good game in prospect because these two teams have always played themselves to a standstill in order to get 3 points. They've got some notable players in their lineups, and it looks like they're both prepared to the bitter end to make sure that they get all 3 points. Cape United introducing a few new players. I can see they do have the likes of Uchizi Vunga. And of course, our match analyst will tell us more about him. That's John Kani. Here, they're also playing, Cape United are playing without Ishmael Wadi, who picked up an injury. The Benjani Marwari, starting with Lawrence Mhlanga in defense. Again forced due to the injury of his regulars in Nomo Chinyerere, who picked up an injury. And we continue to remember the departed souls who perished in a car accident near Membesi last week, and we will continue to say may their souls rest in eternal peace. It's a tragedy for Zimbabwe, not only for Highlanders. That's a Zimbabwean tragedy. We feel the same pain as we observe a minute's silence in remembrance of the departed souls. And the crowd responds positively to the observance of the minute's silence as we wait for kickoff. And Highlanders with a huddle right in the center spot before getting started here at Rufaro Stadium. And there is the two coaches embracing, showing good camaraderie. And showing us that, look, it's a game of football. I know that you need to win. It's like business, but we must win and lose with grace. And the Caps United family in the background applauding their players as they go across to greet them before they get started. The Vietnam end partially filled as we see Caps United there with Washington Arubi in goal. Gurende alongside their precious Piri and Dominic Jaliwa, who operates as a D-link. Kudzai Chiguida, Tanaka Shandirwa back in the side. Bruce Kangwa captain in the side today. Alan Mkombezi in Chawanangwa Kaonga. Uchizi Vunga as well as Kobe Mugalu are foreigners who will be looking for goals in Caps United favor. Aaron Gwenya in between the sticks. Velo Koza, Mongameli Chuma is there, Rizin Sibanda, and of course Nomo Nyerere not in the side, and Lawrence Mtanga starts because of that injury. The player to watch, of course, is young Nigerian Adyagon. And in the commentary box with me is John Kani. Good afternoon, John, welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Stanley, and good afternoon to all our viewers out there. And today, welcome to Rufaro Stadium, where we are witnessing two teams that are coming into this game with two separate and different emotions. Highlanders themselves, I believe, the team that is coming into this game, and they're hoping to improve on their record. Remember, Denham Highlanders have only lost 3 games so far this season. They haven't been losing games, but their undoing has been drawing too many games. So I hope they will want to turn this team their fortunes around, and also give the honor to their departed executives. Caps United themselves haven't done well of late. They've only won 2 games in their last 10 outings, which is not really a good return for a team that had started like a house on fire. So I think we are lined up for a very exciting game, a tightly contested game between the two teams, and there hasn't been much to separate the two of them. If I looked at the last 10 games, they've both won 4 times apiece and drawn twice. So they are a set of teams that are always giving it a fight.
Yes, as we get underway here with Caps United in green, defending the goal away to our left, the City end. Highlanders in their traditional black and white, defending the Mbare end, attacking the City end here. United with Njaliwa. Good play. This is Shandirwa. As they try to move forward, Chawanangwa brings in a good-looking cross. Highlanders do well to defend, but this is Mahachi. Gets the returned pass, plays it forward. They're looking for Rizin Sibanda, and the ball into touch from Jaliwa. That will be a Caps United throw. Here they come once again, the captain taking some time to release it, but finally gets underway. Rainson Pavari playing as a D-link this afternoon, and the ball is played to Mtanga. Mahachi with a clever dummy, lays it through Odyagon. Will he get it there? No, that's A tussle won by Chipida. This looks like, yeah, it's going to be a throw-in to Caps United. If you're joining us for the first time, you haven't lost anything. We're just starting here at Rufaro Stadium. Still 0-0. Shandirwa trying to clear. Doesn't go very far. United are being put under pressure, but Grande will clear this one. It's actually another good touch. But the Nigerian introducing himself into this encounter is a big fellow. Just 20 years. Shandirwa trying to be stylish. Failing to do something special here. The shot, not a very good one. Referee allows play to carry on. And now he says, play on, play on. Here's Mongameli Chuma. Highlanders, of course, clearly indicating that this is their star player. And finally, he stops play because Bruce Kangwa, the captain, picked up an injury. And let's have a look at it. Well, he went down long after the ball was played. Yeah, the whistle should have gone there.
At the time of the incident, the referee had actually pointed out that the Highlanders player had gotten the ball and he allowed play to continue. But of course, it was at the expense of Caps United captain this afternoon, Buskangwa, who is captaining the squad because Richard Hachiro is out injured.
Yeah, Caps United with a number of injuries, and one more injury is that of Ishmael Wadi, who normally brings in a lot of firepower, and those fans are still enjoying themselves here. Nothing much has happened, and they expect their team to end up on the winning side. As Joe Nkani was saying, Highlanders don't normally lose matches. The worst they've done is drawing too many. And can they do it today? As the referee Kalota prepares to restart the match with an uncontested drop ball. Jaliwa gets it. He plays it forward. This is Grande. Along the ground, ball played to the far side. It runs into touch. Throwing to Highlanders, who find Mongameli Chuma. Good dummy from Velo Koza. Highlanders will knock it to Aaron Ngwenya. Demtanga taking too long. This one has gone out of play. The referee calling for a goal kick. I think Caps United were a bit casual, and these fans would have been very, very worried if Caps United had managed to intercept that ball. They didn't, and Highlanders can go forward. Comes all the way into the middle. Nkuli will guide it backwards. Gwenya as they try to restart the formula. Highlanders with Mvelo Koza. That's a good ball played through, looking for the Nigerian. He has got the pace and the pressure. Easily dealt with. Highlanders, Mongameli Chuma. Mvelo Koza. Odiegun. Back to Chuma, Mongameli. Again, he's taken away. And United do well with Kaunga. This one misdirected, and it goes straight back to Ngwenya. This Caps United. They will have to defend once more, but then poor control gives away possession from Highlanders. That was never Auji. Arubi spreading the goal to the far side. Jaliwa. Back to Grande. Now to Arubi. The Caps United goalkeeper, who was Zimbabwe's goalkeeper at the recently concluded Africa Cup of Nations. United, Ngalu Ball played wide to the far side. That one headed towards the goalkeeper, who collects under no challenge at all. Aaron Gwenya rolls it as the Cape United fans watch very closely here. They would like to end their losing streak and start winning matches. Remember, Cape United started off like a house on fire, taking lead on the log. At one stage it looked like they were the champions in waiting, but that has all gone now after some horrendous errors, and that ball played through doesn't find the intended target of Ngalo Kobe, the DR Congo veteran striker. He has got some predatory instincts, very alert and finding space. This one is neatly taken down. Shandirwa lays it through. Jaliwa looking for Mgalo, who loses possession. Mongameli Chuma tightly monitored. Bruce Kangwa, the veteran, plays it through. Nearly broke loose from Mgalo, but Highlanders have done well. Velo Koza can restart the formula. Kudama Hachi continues to call for the ball from the near side. He finally gets it from the goalkeeper, Ngwenya. There he is. Rauji. Kuli to Mahachi. Plays it through, looking for Adyogun. Couldn't control it, runs into touch. A Cape United throw. With 8 minutes played here at Rufaro Stadium. Mugalo with a touch. Finds Shandirwa, who plays it backwards to restart the formula. Bruce Kangwa straight to his goalkeeper, Washington Arubi, who has been around for quite some time. Started his football long time ago, and Velo Koza losing possession at the last moment. These Cape United fans watching very, very closely. Kangwa with a long throw. Shandirwa turning well. Oh, Tanzia Kawanga! Taken by the goalkeeper. Cape United shaking the Highlanders' rear guard. Having the better of the exchanges. Shandirwa now with another touch. Here it comes to their defense, and this one he fails to control. Precious Spirit was, and in the end it's out for a throw-in. Precious Spirit to take it. Kobe Gallo. This is a good-looking cross. The header by Chawananga Kaonga. He nearly got a fist fight in the face because he got in the way of the goalkeeper as he was about to throw the ball. Mongameli Chuma is fouled by Bruce Kangwa. The Highlanders fans are not happy about it, Joe.
Yeah, I think Highlanders fans are not happy about it, that the referee just gave away a free kick only. So I think Highlanders fans are expecting more than just that, the decision.
Here's the opportunity for Cape United. Kaonga was still on the run as the shot was taken. Throw into Cape United. They will be checking this one from the far side, taken long for Chiguida, who has a knack of scoring very important goals, but this one taken away by Msanga. Now it comes to Nevarawushi. Checks in field. Finds Mkuli. Releases the ball to the far side. Little Koza somehow lost his footing. They had to restart the formula once again. Mkuli, the captain. Poorly done, and Kaonga has given away possession to Mongameli Chuma. Flicks it through, looking for Rizin Sibanda. In the end, he plays that ball into touch. Goal kick. As we take a second look at the incident.
Yeah, that was a big clumsy on the part of Kangwa. He held him, and also Tanaka Shandiro coming in to reinforce the assault.
Well, they know all about Mongameli Chuma. He's such a skillful player, and Kangwa didn't want to be embarrassed in front of his former fans and teammates, so decided to haul the youngster down to the ground. Kalota blew quite rightly, and I don't think he was supposed to give a card at all. Out of your picture, the Highlanders goalkeeper is down on the ground, and these fans are not yet aware of it. Aaron Gwenya is in pain. I remember when this is the message in solidarity with our coach.
Yeah, it seems it has been a message that has been floating around the stadium. This is from the Cape United fans. Oh, that is the new Highlanders chairperson, the acting chairperson is Kindman Ndlovu, who is the acting chairperson for Highlanders at the moment following the loss of the Highlanders executive. He is also coming in with Morgan Dube, the executive who was responsible for marketing, and there's Elkanah Dube, who is now in charge of the Highlanders admin, and then there's Matthew Sivindi, who is now handling the Highlanders finances. So that was, in that frame was Kindman Ndlovu.
And this is the coach that the Cape United are rallying behind, Tekshua Chiragwi. I know results have not been forthcoming for Tekshua Chiragwi, but I don't think it's down to the coach at all. He's been doing a fantastic job, and all of a sudden, you know, something happened with the team, starting with a loss at the National Stadium to Scotland. Things haven't turned right for the green side of the capital, John.
Yeah, the green side of the capital has seen bad days of late. Having won only 2 games in the last 10 outings. It's not a good return, but I think it's to do largely with just bad luck, because if you look at Cape United, the way they play under coach Tekshua Chiragwi, you can actually see their pattern of play. They are knitting passes, they are trying to play the ball on the carpet, and they're just unlucky in front of goal. They are just not finding the net. But otherwise, everything else for Cape United, in my view, they've been playing well. And I think even the fans now that are sending the messages of solidarity to President Farai Jere, I think they are justified. And well,
it's Love Mobanda
in black cap there.
In the black cap is one of us. Commentator, analyst, newscaster. These are the Highlanders fans in full voice, solidly behind their team.
They come in all shapes and sizes in the football game. Yeah. The glitz, the glamour, the glorious, the beauty is part of the football package that you get when you come to a football stadium. You can either witness this live or follow it on ZTV Sports.
That there in the picture is Mugalu, the Cape United Dr. Sachikonye, watching from the stands. I'm sure his deputy is the one taking charge of proceedings on the touchline. And the Highlanders coaches have already started warming up. Their reserve goalkeeper, Riwat Musa. Alois Punjira, former Cape United son, and played for Zimbabwe International as well, for the Zimbabwe national team rather. And he's watching from the stands. His son is also on the substitute bench, Junior Punjira.
Yeah, he's also one of the legends of Cape United, just like Phineas Bamusi, who is being celebrated this afternoon for having played 270 games for Cape United. Yeah, that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime at a club.
Certainly a lifetime at a club, because 270 games is 270 weeks.
Yes,
loosely translated. That's a long time. That's a long time, and that's a scoreline. 0-0. Pavari of Highlanders picks up possession, spreading it wide to Velo Koza. As Highlanders starting from the back. Kawanda Shenje playing alongside Lawrence Mhlanga. Jaliwa is a skillful Malawian. Plays the ball through. We continue to talk about the foreigners that have raised our football here. The Highlanders have done well to defend on that occasion. They've lost the ball in a dangerous area. But this is Mongameli Chuma now. Turns away from his marker. He would do well to release the ball early. And he finally lays it back. Shenja to his goalkeeper, Aaron Gwenya. Gwenya shaping up to play a long ball forward. Well defended. Jaliwa comes again to Piri. Precious. Rauji brought down. Free kick. And that was Tanaka Shandirwa extending a hand of apology to his opposite teammate. Some hands were flying, but luckily not much damage was done. Koza does well to find Odiogan. Odiogan turns away from his marker, brings in a good-looking cross into the center. United in trouble, and finally scrambled away. Bugalu. His touch is heavy. And this one goes out of play. For a throw-in. Kuramahachi with the throw. Looks one way, then the other. He's given away possession. Galu for Kawananga. And Kuramahachi immediately pleading his innocence, claiming that he only went in for the ball, but then Kaonga, the Malawian, went down with some style and the referee bought it. Here's Shugida. This one guided back to the goalkeeper, Shenja. Well done. Gwenya giving it forward. Rizin Sabanda can reach this one, but then gives it away. Jaliwa picks it up to find Shandirwa. He wanted to be stylish and has given away possession. Mongameli Chuma slipping it through. Rauji to the far side. Odiogan! A chance once again, and Captain United scramble it away. Oh, that was a wonderful move by Highlanders. And only the goalkeeper stood in the way. Sekuru Gudo, Washington Arubi doing a good job on the occasion.
Yes, and those fans have every reason to enjoy that move. It was a well worked out play by Highlanders. Odiogan releasing a shot which was on target, and Washington Aribo, of course, did very well not to try and handle it first time, but just to parry it away to safety. And of course, then someone came in and cleared the mess. But otherwise, a good play, good shot from Benjamin Odiogan, putting his gun at Washington Aribo.
And of course, Washington Aribo is standing his ground. Mongameli Chuma can play the ball inside the area. Flicked away. Safety by Caps United. Throw in to Highlanders. Their fans can afford a smile at the moment. They haven't visited the Caps United box on many occasions, but on this occasion, they nearly broke the deadlock. Mahachi. He's played for a long time as a young Zimbabwe international. Sekuru Gudo picking up this one. What a miss by Koza. He is the one who nearly caused the problems a short while ago. He needs to bring his A game. Jaliwa goes down and is taken away. Jaliwa penalized for bringing down Mukuli. Fair representation of the sexes here at Rufaro Stadium. As Mongameli Chuma plays the ball through. Chuma holding on to the ball. Passes only when he realizes that he might be losing it. I think Marwari needs to talk to his player, Mugalu, as well. Took too long and lost possession. Much to the chagrin of the Highlanders supporters.
Yeah, I think it was pulled.
He was pulled.
Yeah, there was an arm around him.
Yeah, by Rauji. If you ask Rauji, he'll tell you that I committed the offense. The referee is absolutely right. And the Highlanders fans, if you can hear in the background, they say, into Enza, you say, I zoned up. We don't like what you're doing. I'm sure they're talking about the referee.
They are talking about the referee, definitely, in that instance. But of course, they are not seeing what we saw on our screen. Definitely, it was a foul, and I think it was a good call by the referee for Highlanders to concede a free kick.
It's always contentious, we know, when you have to make a decision in real time, and when you have to watch a replay, you make a decision with full and accurate information. Yeah, we witnessed yesterday a situation whereby Scotland could have conceded a penalty in the last minute, but then the referee waved it on when Marcelino Mlilo was brought down in the box by the goalkeeper. It was an unnecessary tackle as well by the goalkeeper.
It was,
very
yeah,
unnecessary, because the player was actually going away from goal. Back to the match. This is Rauji playing it back to their captain Kohli, who finds Mahachi drifting in to the center. Mahachi lays it through Chuma Mongameli, giving Bruce Kangwa lots of anxious moments. A flick, the cross doesn't go very far, and Mongameli Chuma caught offside.
That was a good move. Yeah, a beautiful back flick for Mongameli Chuma when he was laying out Velokoza to send in a cross. Beautiful move. Yeah.
But what I would like to see is, you know, simple and straightforward football sometimes, and then you make progress. Of course, that was a clever flick.
That was a clever flick from him.
Yeah,
like we pointed out earlier, Stanley, that Mongameli Chuma at times he holds on to the ball for far too long.
Exactly.
Maybe if you could cut 1 or 2 seconds from his move, he probably will be more effective. Not that he's not effective, he is, but I think there are times when he holds on to the ball for too long unnecessarily.
Good clearance by Caps United. Mhlanga has got a head to it. Mugalu finds Shandirwa. The Highlanders are running themselves to a standstill. Mahachi will pick this one up. Turns in field. Guides it backwards. The Caps United player is lying injured. It looks like Tanaka Shandirwa taking a look at the situation now. That was a lovely layoff once again by Mongameli Chuma. And in the end, the referee has blown to stop play so that Shandirwa can be attended to. And we hope that it's nothing serious, Joe, to have him substituted, because Chiragui would like to make tactical substitutions, not injury-inspired ones.
Yes, I agree with you. And already Cape United are reeling from a number of injuries that they would not want to incur any other loss due to an injury. But I think one thing that we need to explain is that when Chandra was injured, the referee allowed play to go on, and Highlanders were in possession, and Highlanders are in no obligation to stop play, unless if it's a head injury and then the referee calls for play to stop. But in this case, Highlanders in possession, they continue to attack, and it was then up to Cape United, once they returned the ball, to kick the ball out for their teammate to be attended to. But otherwise, if it's not a head injury, there's no obligation to stop play by the referee.
Exactly, and I believe that both sides understand what is happening. You can see the injury. It wasn't a foul that would have called the referee to blow, so play continued. And of course, when Highlanders lost possession, that's when the ref could stop play. Kurende backwards. Chiguida pumping a long one forward. Met by Kudama Hachi via Rauji. Here they come now, Caps United. This one taken away by Highlanders. Mongameli Chuma trying a low cross, but Kurende is in the way and concedes the corner.
I must say, there's a good crowd, and if you look at the terraces there, where there's Highlanders are sitting, most of their fans.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a sizable number. I think they will probably, well, not exactly the same number as Cape United fans on the pitch, in the terraces, but I think it's a good showing on the part of Highlanders fans who've come in to watch this game.
Definitely, and overall the crowd is very good. As we wait for the corner to come from the far side. Not a very good one. Well defended by Cape United. Mongameli Chuma slips it through. Again, this one laid to Mvelo Koza. Oh, looking for options. He's running out of options. Taken up by Pawari. Kudamahachi drifting into the area. And this one goes over. Kudamahachi still looking very fit indeed, and this time playing in defense. He started off as a striker, as a junior. I remember him covering him as a 17-year-old. That's a very long time ago.
Yeah, born in 1993. Kudama
Yes.
Hachi is still doing shift on the field of play. Having done business locally as well as in South Africa. Yeah, I think fine. I think he has redeemed himself, considering that he has gone through difficult times in his career and also in his social life. But otherwise, he's done well to redeem himself and give us a kind of showing that he's doing. And he had every right to take a shot from that range. But of course, give enough respect to goalkeeper Gudo Washington Arubi for Cape United.
Yeah, you have to think twice before you take a cricket goal when you have got Washington Arubi in goal. Mvelo Koza Odie played without checking. I'm sure Benjani Maruari will be giving him some earfuls. Kaonga lays it through from Jaliwa. This is the other Malawian. Ball is guided back to Washington Arubi. Chikwida turns away from his marker. He does certain things that you find impossible with his height. Kudama Hachi has just won the ball here. Goes down under challenge. Referee, good call. Mugalu. Tightly monitored. Pope Mgalu. Being forced to play it backwards. Goes down under challenge and the referee says throw in. Good job by the Highlanders defenders. Lawrence Mhlanga in particular. He made sure that Mugalu doesn't benefit. But Amahachi, I think he took too long with it and Cape United have been given possession. Highlanders losing it. Oh, it's actually Highlanders, yeah, losing it. Piri. Precious playing a long ball forward. Shenge does well to find his goalkeeper, Aaron Ngwenya. Cape United must watch the Nigerian Odiogun. The young striker is a very powerful player. Mvelo Koza from Pawari, who retains the favor. Pawari does well to scribe a complete circle, playing a long ball forward, but Kurenje standing firm in the middle of the park. Njaliwa. Ndav Chuzi Vunga. That's the other Malawian who has just joined Cape United.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year deal at Cape United a few days ago, and he used to be the captain for Silver Stars in Malawi. So
that says a lot about
he
him.
must come in with some pedigree.
Exactly. Malawi has been doing reasonably well on the international scene. These are the players as the header comes in there. And it goes over for a goal kick.
Speaking of foreign players in our league, right now, this afternoon, we have 5 internationals or foreigners in Zimbabwe from outside country. Cape United have 4. They have Mugalu from DRC, and they have 3 Malawians, Kaonga, Vunga, that's Uchuzi Vunga, as well as Dominic Jaliwa. And then on the other side, Highlanders have 1 Nigerian, that's Benjamin Adiogan. Yeah, so a blend of foreign touch in terms of football.
It means something about our league, about our situation overall as a country. People don't come to a place where life is difficult.
That's one thing that many people might not be seeing. Yeah. What is attracting these guys to come and sign up for Zim clubs?
No, those against it can see it, but they don't like to see it. Long clearance, Chikwida with a touch. Jaliwa, very dexterous. This Jaliwa boy. Kaonga beaten and the ball is headed back to Aaron Ngwenya. Scoreline 0-0 here at Rufaro Stadium. 15 minutes to the Oranges. Lawrence Mhlanga. The ball is cleared away. It comes to Precious Piri. Shandiwa losing possession. Mhlanga. Surely he could have played advantage. Highlanders had possession. But Mhlanga has gone down.
Yeah, I think it was clipped on his heel.
Yeah. Well, I last saw him limping when he last, took a throw in. I don't think it's an injury coming from there. That's a brief view of Benjani Marwari. Nkuli with Pawari, who's looking very comfortable in defense. Mongameli Chuma. Now Pawari getting it from his captain. Raoji. His Captain United now are being forced to chase shadows. Mongameli Chuma. Tightly monitored. Good play by Odiogan. The cross doesn't come through. Kangwa charges it down for a throw-in. Bruce Kangwa, the veteran defender, one of the full players, as the cross comes in. Good block. Once again, playing like a captain, Bruce Kangwa, doing so with the tenacity of a bull terrier, giving everyone.
He knew that if he had allowed Velokoza to send in a cross from that position, it was going to be problems for his team in the box, because it seems Highlanders are now they are operating more from the right flank. You know, Velokoza, Mongameli Chuma, their combination down the right flank is somehow proving to be productive. If only it could then result in a goal.
Yes, Uchuzi Vunga, and it's guided back to the goalkeeper. Washington Arubi clears. It's headed backwards by Shandirwa. Highlanders stand firm into the center. Shandirwa, Uchuzi Vunga, taking too long on the ball, but Gurende can guide it back to his goalkeeper. Arubi, Tunjaliwa. Slides it to the far side for Gurende. He's crossing the halfway line in a bit to overlap. Looks like Chekshua Chiragui has decided to overload the left back position. Bruce Kangwa and Gurende are all left-sided. Here is Chikwida.
He ran himself into trouble. And I think the first problem that he created for himself was to allow the ball past him without really feeling it and then turning around. He allowed the ball to roll through his legs and then try to chase the ball. You can never run as fast as the ball does.
And you'll have lost control, so you don't know which way to roll. I'm sure he has learned. Take a look at Bruce Kangwa going straight for the ball and giving the youngsters, a lesson or two, and Velokoza did well to avoid the contact. Here's a chance now. Mkombezi turns right on the line. Alain Mkombezi. Shandirwa. The cross into the center. Uchuzi Vunga. Tightly monitored. Cleared away by the Highlanders captain, but not quite. Here comes a shot. And this one drops kindly for the Highlanders goalkeeper Aaron Gwenya. End-to-end stuff here as the ball is rolled through. Chikwida has got a big job here of stopping the big Nigerian. He's using his weight and strength to good effect. I don't know whether these fans are supporting Adiogon or the green side.
Maybe just an afternoon out at a stadium to enjoy a beautiful game of football.
Well, if that is the case, then I'm sure what they are seeing should make them happy, and next time they'll come back for more. 10 minutes to the Oranges. Kudamahachi, hands on hips as he prepares to play the ball into the center here. Arubi will be watching this one very closely as the referee is doing a bit of housekeeping before this free kick is taken.
Yellow card.
Yellow card, possibly for dissent or foul language. Chikwida is the player concerned. And for a defender, you don't need to consider soft yellow cards like that, because your job is naturally risky. If he tries to come in with a genuine attack, he could have problems. That one easily taken by the Caps United goalminder, Vunga Uchizi. Guiding it backwards. Bruce Kangwa is bundled over by the big young Nigerian. I say so because the youngster is only what? Was born in 2006, just 20.
Yeah, Odiagan being a bit too physical.
He's a big fellow.
Yeah, he is. And also against a big fellow in Bruce Kangwa, who's full of, it's a bundle of energy himself, Bruce Kangwa. He is no easy pushover.
Exactly, Bruce Kangwa, very strong and very fit as well. Plays as a left back, as a centre back. You can play him in midfield. You can play him anywhere. Kangwa would deliver. Here's Lawrence Mklanga. Captain Mkuli. And he's guided back to the goalkeeper, Ngwenya. Shenje. Mongameli Chuma with a loose touch. This one goes out of play. Throw in to Caps United, taken quickly. Grande. Forward. Chandirwa is taken over. Jaliwa. Grande finds his goalkeeper in Washington Narubi. Is shaping up to clear, but plays it short to Grande. Uchuzi. I think sometimes the whistle is going too soon. Raoji now cheering down the center, and yeah, that should be a yellow card to
Njaliwa. That was Njaliwa.
Isn't it Uchuzi? Just number 36 is Uchuzi. Vunga. No, it's jersey number 27 for United, which is
it's Njaliwa.
Njaliwa, yes.
Yes, it's Njaliwa who got the card.
Exactly, my apologies. Njaliwa there getting the card. Aaron Gwenya. Nkule. This one play back to Gwenya. Highlanders just getting a feel of the ball, trying to re-establish control. Now they've got Kudakwashe Mahachi on the near side here. They are beaten to it. Mkombezi now trying to rest to the byline. Tightly monitored. Good looking cross, oh, a chance for United, but then it goes away. Uchuzi Jaliwa. Oh, Precious Spirit brings it through. Uchuzi, such a skillful player, and this shot doesn't come through. He takes it dive and offside. According to the referee, and the fans are really surprised. They expected a vital decision, a crucial one. Mongameli Chuma plays it wide to the far side. Velo calls us cross, a bit too deep. And this one rolls into touch. Here's the Kombedzi, yes. Precious Spirit's cross looked good, but Shandirwa is not used to scoring goals. But the new player, which is Ivunga, very nearly got it right. Scoreline 0-0 in this encounter. Highlanders Caps United, the battle of the cities. That's a free kick in a position of some promise for Highlanders.
Who can take a shot from there? Will they play a second ball, or you'll go for target?
I would ask for the captain to take it. Give the goalkeeper some work to do. And hopefully Odiogan and the others will rush in for the spillovers. Washington Arubi, understandably concerned, positioning as well to make sure that it's watertight. Here it comes. Like I said, and The shot comes in once again, and it goes wide.
I think he got his technique wrong there.
Yeah.
He gave it a full lace. I would have expected maybe an instep, which would give the ball a curl,
Exactly.
aiming for the far top right corner. But otherwise, a good shot that was taken by Velokoza. He troubled Washington Arubi in goal for Caps United.
Yeah, he surprised everyone. I thought it was going to be the captain, but Velokoza took a good shot that troubled the goalkeeper. Nongameli Chuma. That's a throw in to Highlanders. Highlanders now slowly getting to grips with this game here. Nongameli Chuma with a dummy. He's a darling of the crowd.
He's one fancy player. I think he wants to play in color. You know, his kind
Every
of football.
time, exactly.
Yes, yeah. He always has this spicing to his game.
Yeah, he loves to do things that are unusual. It's time to cross it now, Junior. And that one rolls into touch.
Yeah, but I think he had the last touch. That's Mongameli. For me, I think it was a good call by the referee. I think Mongameli had the last touch of the ball before it crossed the line.
With nearly 2 minutes to the Oranges. Uchusivunga for Precious Piri. Mugalu turns away from his marker. Tightly monitored. Lawrence. This is Pawari. Pawari again. Lovely stuff from this man here. Highlanders playing some attractive football. Lawrence Mtanga. Ball slipped through. This is Rizen Svanda. And good defensive work by Gurende. Everyone is applauding the performances of these two teams here. Kudamahachi takes a quick throw. Tanga slips it through. Picked up by Shandirwa. Chizivunga. He does well to use his strength. Kaonga. Another one that's very skillful, played through. And quite correctly, Alan Mkombezi caught offside. I thought as much. Velokoza, whose shot nearly created a goal for Highlanders. Odiogan surrounded. The cross comes in. Nobody home for Highlanders. And this one will roll into touch. For a goal kick rather, to be taken by Washington Arubi in all grey here at Trufaro Stadium. Just a minute to the Oranges, plus stoppage time. Ngalo beaten in the air. Koza takes it away. Why is he playing it backwards? But he's hacked down and it's a free kick. Caps United fans becoming a bit pensive now. They have come in all colors here. Some with green vegetables.
Yeah, I wonder whether that cabbage will be for the salad or for the pen to be fried.
We will find out at half time what it is for. This free kick is taken, Pawari. Just 2 minutes of stoppage time. I thought the goalkeeper stayed down for more than that.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think some of his downtime has not been recorded. Velokoza set to take a throw. Rizen Svanda on the far side. Again, he's under pressure. They're doubling up on him, and that's a free kick. I wanted to Caps United. It's a throw in, quickly taken. With Jalua once more playing that ball into touch. These fans would like to see goals and goals and goals only. Can they celebrate as we start playing the first minute of stoppage time? Mtanga. Back to Ngwenya. Aaron Ngwenya. Shaping up for a throw in, taking his time. This one headed backwards. Good end. Galu. Vonga. He's got some close ball control. The Captain United player has stayed down, and Bruce Kanga wisely plays the ball into touch so that Kope Mgalu can be attended to. Highlanders now can restart the formula. Gurende had the touch. And Shandirwa, before he could do anything, the referee blows to end the first half here at Faro Stadium. End-to-end stuff, but I must say that, look, Highlanders had more of the realistic chances, especially the free kick taken by Mvelo Koza, the goalkeeper, mishandling it and very nearly getting punished. If only Odiogan would have curled his ball accurately, the story could have been different going into half-time.
Yes, the story could have been different. Also another shot that was taken by Odiogan that troubled Washington Arubi. So in terms of realistic chances, I think we've seen them from Highlanders more than from Cape United, and I think Cape United will want to look into that. But again, we want to mention that Highlanders are actually solid at the back. Remember, Highlanders have one of the best solid defenses in the league. They've conceded only 15 goals, which is actually less than the goals that have been considered by even Hard Rock and even Dynamos. So they are solid at the back, and I think it's what we have seen this afternoon is also evident of the way Highlanders play. They are solid at the back, and when they go forward, they can come up with something that is so threatening. So it could be something that could happen in the second half. Maybe they get a goal out of it, but I think I've noted again that Highlanders have never conceded more than one goal in their last 10 games.
Yeah, which is a very good record indeed, and well, it means that the coach is doing a good job, and let's try and go down to the touchline there, where Valentine Mabugu has got his team for halftime talk.
And an entertaining first half between two sides, but dominated by Highlanders, which had most of the possession in terms of how they were trying to break at the Cape United defense, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. I still have my two match analysts today, that is Maxim Mandishiza as well as Spencer Nyamajao. Maxim, entertaining first 45, particularly for Highlanders. They'll go with the spring, but one important statistic is missing, the one of goals.
Yeah, the goals have not yet come. I think we have seen so much attacking football on the forefront, especially from Highlanders, as you're saying. I think they've had the better of that first half. Creativity from the likes of Darlington Mkuli and also Mungameli Chuma on that right flank. They did get decent chances in front of goal, not clear-cut by any means. And then for Cape United on the other end, getting to that penalty area, but really nothing to come out of that. No shot on target in particular in those instances for them. But they've tried to stay in the game, but I think it has been Highlanders in terms of the first half. I think they've got much better of that first half.
And of course, Sparrow, maybe you've got a different eye altogether, and it might be the eye of the spectacle from Dan Spence. But from your point of view, your assessment of the first 45?
Well, first 45 minutes, they belong to Highlanders. I think they dominated the game, especially in the middle of the park. Mongamele Mchuma, every time he gets the ball, is proving a handful to the Cape United defense, and is doing a great job. As well as Pavari is also doing a great job in the middle of the park. I think also Kudama on the flanks, overlapping very well, getting some crosses. I think Highlanders dominated the first half. Of course, for Cape United, they've got Ashton Kombedzi, an intelligent player. I think he's been also playing very well for Cape United, making those runs, trying to unlock the Cape United, the Highlanders defense, as well as Kawonga for Cape United. I think they've come today wanting to play, wanting to fight for the chances, although they didn't create a number of chances. We see some of the Cape United's chances.
Indeed, the first attacker there, unfortunately, he couldn't really get the shot. That's the Cape United number 10 there. And he went for power instead of placement and looking for a spot. Sometimes when you look for power, you miscue your effort, Max.
Yeah, and it really definitely needed less of power and more placement, like you're saying. A good pass from Chandirwa, and then a miscue from the defender who slips, and Kawonga just straight to the goalkeeper. Quite easy for the goalkeeper to collect that time around. But that was a decent opportunity for Cape United. And if Kawonga had gotten his angles right, they could have gotten the lead. And then crosses into the box. We haven't seen much in terms of goal-mouth accent from them. They haven't been able to supply their striker in front, and some miscues as well. And that is probably some of the best moments for Cape United in the first half. Not really clear-cut in terms of their approach going forward.
And another glorious chance for Tanaka Shandirwa.
That one
Sometimes as a player you have to make sure. They've got Tech Shaw as a coach for crying out loud. He should have made sure that he scored that one, really.
Yes, it is. That one there for Shandirwa, I should have made sure. That was the easy ball. His first touch let him down. And that one there, unfortunately, Ashley Mkombezi was in an offside position. But if he had not been in offside position, he had done well to get in front of the defender, and he would have easily got a penalty. But he was in offside position. But good work from Cape United to try and keep Highlanders on the back foot. And Highlanders also, good work for them, defending very well. There we see Highlanders holding the own at the back and really managing to thwart all the Cape United attacks.
Yeah. And of course, we just seen the Cape United attack. Let's look at Highlanders, the chances that they also created, gentlemen.
Well, of course, Highlanders came with a great chance. There we see a great shot there and good save by Washington Arubi. I think Highlanders with Mongameli and Chuma just pushing forward, looking to unlock, and the chance there for the Oregon. I think it was a nice hit strike and a good save from Washington Arubi. His experience coming at play.
Odegan's gun not having enough powder to beat Washington Arubi in goals they marks up. But quite a good chance for him. And you would have expected at that instance that you would have looked for the far post instead of the near. Sometimes, players need that intelligence, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it made it a little bit easier for Arubi to collect that time around, and then Mahati from range trying to find target. I think what Highlanders have done well is that they've overloaded their front. They've Adigun, they've risen Siban, and they also have Nevaraushi. So they've definitely overloaded the striker positions as well. But not much to come out of that. And you're talking about that chance. I think if it managed to at least get it a little bit away from the goalkeeper, it was going to be a difficult save for Arubi. But that time around, a little bit straight to Arubi. But on the attacking side of it, I think they've done so well, Highlanders, especially coming from that midfield, Mungameli, Chuma and Nkuli, providing those through balls in. Not really much for Adigun. I think he's a player that has a presence, but would want that supply coming through those early crosses into the box. Reason Simana can go and collect it. He's quite agile as he is. Nevaraushi is creative. He can even play in the midfield. So I think they have to work on supplying the strikers and taking those early shots. They've always been creative, Highlanders, but they have not been able to finish off the chances, much of the chances that they've been able to create for the whole of the season, coming also into this game.
Let's talk about the coaches now for Highlanders. Does he need to change anything with the way that they've played, or it's a case of making sure that the players are in the right position to get the kind of easy goal, so to speak, because the difficult kind of goals are not coming through?
Well, I think for Highlanders, Benjamin Moriwaro, I think all he just needs to do is talk to his charges, not to tweak anything at the moment, because I think they've done very well. They just need to continue playing with width, get Kudamahachi involved, and also play with the right back, getting involved so that they can also stretch the Cape United defense. That way they can unlock chances for Sibanda as well as we see the match stats for the first half.
Indeed, the important stats, Cape United 6 attempts, only 3 on target, while for Highlanders 5 attempts, 3 on target, better percentage rate for them. Ball possession, Highlanders enjoying much of the ball, though Cape United are within that touching distance. Corner kick, offsides as well, there, corners as well, Cape United, rather Highlanders getting more of those. So Highlanders enjoying most of the important stats, Matt.
Yeah, definitely, and I think we were just laughing when we saw the Cape United defender letting the ball run out of play towards the end of that first half. I think they were feeling the hit.
There was a shot from Arubi. Let it go.
Yeah. But I think they're definitely missing Achiro in the midfield. And also probably Wadi, who does have a lot of width to him. And I think maybe looking at the bench, Tekshotira will be looking at the likes of Alos Bunjira, who can definitely also stretch defenders. I mean, Junior Bunjira, rather. I was talking about his brother. He would want to also make an impact. I think he's also one player that can also come through in the second half. But definitely, I think there's a little bit of talking to from Tekshotira. They haven't really played badly if you look at the stats as well. They do have something on target. Their attempts are there, but they've just not managed to get their play going. We all know how fluid Cape United can play, and it just hasn't been happening, especially also even in the past 5 games for them.
Indeed, the fluidity is what's important. But one statistic that I don't know if, gentlemen, you've kept it, but I've always kept it. Do you know that the northern goalpost is the one that has got most of the goals in every Premier League season for the past 5 years?
Yep.
This goal gets more goals. Now, Highlanders have missed their chances on this end. Caps United will be fencing themselves, Sparrow,
And
coming to the northern goalpost.
Most definitely, they'll fancy themselves. Of course, they're now scoring in front of their home fans, and this is one goal they need to. They usually get goals, and I think coming into the second half, I think they can ride on that, or like knowing that they're playing in front of their home fans. Yep. Of course, for Highlanders, I think they can also score on the Mbare end. That's also a goal that's difficult to score, but I believe Highlanders can also do it.
And the fans have not disappointed, really. They've come in to support the team at that difficult time. Going into that second half, you would want to be, if Wadi was playing, I think he would love the three of the city end. So I think if lucky as they do on them, probably the goals will start to come in that second half.
Second half definitely promises to be quite an exciting one, and we can't wait for much of the action to come because this game always gives us the thrills and spills. This is a good dress rehearsal and a good advert for what Zimbabwean football can give you. Is the excitement. The fans have come, but we always encourage the fans to come a bit early because I understand there's still thousands outside still waiting to come inside to the stadium, nonetheless before kickoff, and when the match kicked off, still fans were still outside. So I guess it's what teams need to really plan and look ahead to, gentlemen, to say let's give our fans something extra in terms of entertainism, so that they can come to the games quite early, Sparrow.
Well, I think we need to introduce the juniors, where the juniors or even the reserve team, those guys that have not made the first team, if they can get to play, say, from 12 to 1:30.
And we used to have it actually in the past,
while there's a lot of entertainment, so fans will start to come in, and at least there'll be something to watch. But we also urge our fans to start coming in early, because the match started with quite a number of fans stranded outside trying to get their way inside. So we just encourage and continue engaging the fans to try and come early so that they can watch the game.
Now, second half backwards as well as the two teams are preparing to come back, gentlemen. I've avoided the prediction, but this one I have to make sure you come in. Who do you see winning, and how, and what are the changes?
Well, for me, I think it's going to be a score draw, and both teams need the 3 points, and it will be unfortunate. A draw will be a fair result for both teams, given where they are coming from, and given the position of their log, where it's number 6 and 7. So both teams will want to maintain that status.
Max, gladiators are known to be brave. Yeah, I'm sure you're one of those.
It was just happened 8 so far in that first half. I think if they can stick to their plan, a little bit of more supply to the strikers in front, they do have the capable players that can actually make a difference this afternoon. So I think Highlanders are probably just have an 8 on top, but I know Caps United want to rectify the mistakes in that first half. So I still think that it's probably going to be in a share of points.
Oh, well, Max not being the mid Max that we expected him to be, in terms of making sure he gives us
round and round.
Diplomacy again being prevailing. I'm sure it's about the intensity of the game and how the two teams have played in the first 45, and the fairest results to the gentlemen that are predicting and seeing from how the two teams have played so far is that of a draw in this encounter. But hey, we've got the next 45 just to keep you entertained right here on ZBC TV. That's the fun that we bring you, and that's the activity that we're bringing you. It is Psl Matchday 26, and with only 8 weekends to go before we can crown a new champion, or maybe Scotland regaining their title. That's what we have to see. Right now, let's take you to the commentary team for the live commentary of the second half with Stanley Katande and John Kani.
Welcome back to the second 45 minutes here to Faro Stadium. Here is the flag indicating Highlanders 100 years of existence. That's a milestone.
Yeah,
huge
indeed.
Milestone indeed to talk about, certainly, for a team to be in existence for 100 years. It means they were formed in 1926.
Yes, that's a long way out. You know, I think many generations would have lived through that period. And it's a team that was formed as a result of trying to empower or to get the black community together as part of recreation and entertainment. At one time it was called Matabeleland Highlanders.
Yes.
And of course, in the advent of political developments in the country, nationalists like the late Vice President Dr. Joshua Nkomo then advised that the name be changed to be an all-inclusive name as opposed to a regional name, Matabeleland Highlanders, and then they assumed the name Highlanders Football Club.
Yes,
that's towards our independence.
Very true indeed, and I remember back then soon after independence, we were being taught these things by some notable people in society. Substitution. Caps United are bringing in just number 3. And that is Meke. Tinotenda Meke comes in. And I think Uchizivunga has departed. And I saw Junior Kunashe Chando.
And Tanaka Shandirwa has also been pulled out.
Tanaka Shandirwa has been pulled out as we get underway for the second half here at Rufaro Stadium. Rainson Pavari still standing firm. A chance. Oh! What a goal by Caps United!
Meke, Tinotenda Meke, virtually his first touch of the ball.
What a substitution by Texua Chiragui.
Very unfortunate from Velokoza. I think he tried to head back to his goalkeeper. He didn't have enough contact of the ball. And then, of course, the Tinotenda Meke capitalized on that misfortune on otherwise impressive Velokoza. He's being consoled there.
Let's take a look at Texua Chiragui. Oh, yes.
Very unfortunate.
Persistence by Tinotenda Meke. Virtually his first touch of the game.
Very first touch of the game.
And it's in. 1-0, Caps United leads. Yeah, from Velokoza, of course, it's a very difficult period indeed. He tried to play it smart, but at times play dirty and make sure the ball is cleared. Pawari to Koza. He's still worried.
Yeah, I think he's worried.
It was too early to play him the ball. Let him settle down first and allow him to get back in the game.
That's when he needs his captain and his teammates around to put their hand around him and say, take it easy, my guy, we are still in it.
And I hope that the coach is not going to rush. Oh, a chance once again for Meke. And another shot, but cleared away on the line by Lawrence Msanga. Very close to a second goal. Caps United. You can see the fans enjoying themselves in the stands. Tinotenda Meke. Yeah, that one was definitely going to go in.
It was a second and unfortunate deflection of Kudamahachi.
Yeah.
Good shot though on the turn by Mugalu.
Yes, if you're joining us for the first time, Caps United 1, Highlanders 0. Tinotenda Meke with his first touch of the ball since coming on as a substitute. Velokoza. This one taken up by the captain Mkuli. Grande is not taking any prisoners. Well, taking another look at the players that have been pulled out. I thought Uchuzi Vunga was substituted. He's still in the side. So it's Mgalu, and Mgalu is still in the side. It's Tanaka Shandirwa
and Kawonga.
Yeah. Those are the two players that have gone out for Caps United. And in came just number 19, Junior Kunashe Chando. And Tinotenda Meke, the goal scorer. Pavari now for Highlanders. Now it comes to Shenje. Wide to the far side for Lawrence Msanga. Rauji. Pavari. For Mongameli Chuma. And that one is misdirected. It goes out of play. Caps United, the ball boys. What on earth are they doing? Yeah, I think they need to be given the right discipline.
Yeah, usually it happens with these ball boys. I think they get a briefing because usually ball boys come from the home team. And when they see their team in the lead, they always want to play, of course, to the benefit of their team. And look at even what Trent Alexander-Arnold did when they were playing Barcelona at Liverpool. You know, when he was still a ball boy. You know, there was a ball boy who quickly threw in the ball to Trent to take a quick corner kick. So it comes with a briefing, I suppose.
It does. It is a briefing. But it's unfortunate and it's unfair. So it's so blatant. This one Taken up there by Alan Mkombedzi. Free kick to Highlanders, who are now trailing here at Rufaro Stadium. With Tinotenda Meke chasing every loose ball. He was fortunate enough to make contact and place the ball beyond the reach of Alon Gwenya. Here's Gwenya looking for Mongameli Chuma. Ball has gone out of play. Throw in to United. Makepekepe Bora. I know there are many of their fans listening to us and watching this game here. They would like to see the situation continue to be as it is in Kombedzi. Chizivunga looking for Meke. Past his marker. Slips it through. Vunga's effort goes straight to the Highlanders goalkeeper, who then throws to find Mahachi. Rauji getting past one man, he's fouled. Free kick. And fans of the Green Machine watching must be very happy with what is happening. Kangwa takes it away. Chando looking for Meke, the man who's been giving Shenja lots of anxious moments. And finally tried to sell a dummy, it didn't work out. And the sliding tackle has won it. So throw in to Highlanders. Galu Chuzivunga. Meke. Chizivunga slips it through, but Pavari does well. I mean, for me, when you look at Highlanders, Pavari is the man who is outstanding as a D-link. Playing such a good game here, but some good running from Rizin Sibanda. Chikweda was the first to arrive. There's still a tussle for the ball between the two. Bruce Kangwa coming in to help out, and he clears the danger. Throw in once more to Amasolonyama, down here by 1-0. But there's plenty of time. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Velo Koza still going through a tough time here. And in the end, Lawrence Nkanga.
But I think ref would have allowed play on. Towards the Highlanders at the possession of the ball and actually on the offensive.
Exactly.
Patrick Carlotta there, a moment of disagreement there.
Yeah, he's not playing the advantage rule that well. Koza with a good looking cross, easily taken away by the veteran goalkeeper. Now to Njaliwa. Good turn from his marker, finding Chando. Picked up in the middle of the park. Chizivunga just telling his defender to cool it down. Gurende. Njaliwa. Play to the far side now. Precious Piri for Chiguida. And Njaliwa could not keep the ball under control. It runs into touch. What a throw in. Mahachi forced to guide it backwards to his goalkeeper. Aaron Gwenya. Now it comes again to Pavari, who finds Shenje. Plays a long searching ball. Gurende's lost sight of the ball. It's played forward. A chance for Mongameli Chuma. An early cross, and this one blocked for a corner kick. Highlanders still asking the questions as you take a second look at the goal here. There was some good persistence from Tinotenda Meke to guide it past the goalkeeper, who was badly drawn out.
Yeah, it was anticipating the
back pass, and
of course it also speaks of anticipation on the part of Tinotenda Meke.
Exactly. As the kick is taken, the gangling Chikweda, Pavari shaping up for a shot, but it was blocked. Odiogan making it look easy. The goalkeeper punches it to clear. Mongameli Chuma, but again the referee has blown.
There's no need to touch the referee. There's no need to touch the referee.
Exactly. There is Texas Rugby. He's taking a long look at proceedings. He must be very happy with his substitutions, especially Tinotenda Meke. Late to instructions, and soon after scoring that goal, he went to his manager. This is the cross. But it's actually a Cape United player.
There was a high knee from a Cape United player.
Exactly.
That's Kurende. Look at that. He went in with a jump and his knee raised. That's dangerous play.
Yeah, dangerous play, but then against his own player. And the yellow card has been given. Not too sure who it is. We'll get the confirmation. Our floor manager is running around to make sure he gets the correct information for us as Arobi plays it downfield. Mugabe beaten in the air. A chance here! Again, it's a second goal for Cape United! What a strike!
But Uchu Bunga scoring on his debut. What a way to introduce his account at Cape United. The former Silver Stars, the striker and captain from Malawi, and makes his name at Cape United in his debut match.
You know, before the match kicked off, the Cape United fans managed to take the pressure off Texua Shiragwi and the players and said, we are solidly behind you. This is the long ball, missed by Highlanders. Mukombezi picked it up and Vunga into the near post.
Mukombezi, a beautiful assist.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. Aaron Gwenya, they couldn't do anything. And then, of course, the celebration there with the new set of fans for you at Uchuzi Vunga. Welcome to Cape United. Welcome to the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League.
Oh, yes, indeed. And there's some changes in the Highlanders lineup. Royin comes on for Rizin Spanda. All the Highlanders players rush to the near touchline here. As you were saying, you know, look, Highlanders don't normally concede goals. They drew 2-2 with Dynamos here, but that's a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Cape United have managed to get 2. Tawari. Out to Lawrence Mtanga. Rolling it to Shenje. Koza. Then it comes back. And another foul there from Chando. And the Highlanders acting chairman. Watching very closely, trying to find out what's exactly gone wrong. This is a team that doesn't concede many goals. It has one of the best defenses in the country. But today they've been undone by Cape United. But again, I must emphasize, it's not over until the fat lady sings.
Interestingly, the last time the Highlanders conceded 2 goals was against Cape United. That is in the first leg out in Bulawayo at Baba Fields. Highlanders conceded 2 goals at the hands of Cape United. So it's been back-to-back like dry meat for Cape United.
I like that, and the clearance is good from Bruce Kangwa. Mugalu. Then the referee intervenes, and these fans, that looks like Edin Chongwe. You know, I remember this guy when I started doing commentary, my very first commentary here at Rufaro Stadium. It was Dynamos versus Black Mambas, and he was playing for Dynamos. Very nearly missed that goal, that shot, Bruce Kangwa. It looked obvious for me that he was going to clear, but then it must have taken his eye off the ball.
I think Raymond Namono of Highlanders did anticipate, which is the opposite of what Meke did the other end.
Exactly.
Yeah, if Roy Namono had anticipated, he would have come in on the blind side behind Kevin Pankwa. I mean, he would have done it for Highlanders.
Again, Shenje is under pressure as the ball is played through. Mukombezi turns away. Nobody in the box for him. Ball played through. Mahachi has lost it. Mugalu is there. Oh dear. This is turning out to be a rout. Kope Mugalu. What a shot. Well placed.
Well placed, Stanley. And I think what we need to also observe is the assist from Mukombezi, Alwin Mukombezi. He normally comes in as a substitute, but today it's like he's on song. It's his game, and Highlanders will want to quickly forget him. This cross that he sent in on the far side, it deceived Kudama Hachi with the bounce. Look at that cross there. Hachi could not measure the bounce of the ball, and then Mugalu, of course, looked up, picked up his spot, and went for the far post. Unfortunate for Kudama Hachi.
It was an awkward bounce. Mahachi could not deal with it. Mugalu got it, and the goalkeeper could not save it.
They say in street football, Mahachi put on a football head, and then the ball flew past him, into kindly falling into Mugalu, who picked up his spot. And I think this match is set and done. If Highlanders were to find a consolation, yes, well, they might get it, yes, but I think Psl United now are in charge of this encounter at the moment as it stands with less than 30 minutes to go.
Oh yes, indeed, it's slowly becoming a mountain to climb for Chilamoya. Mahachi to the far side. Odiogan is being shepherded there by a big centre-back, Kudzichikwida. The free goal kick will come from Arubi. Mahachi stopping it, but then Rauji couldn't keep possession. Runs into touch of the head of Precious. Confirmation of the scoreline, 3-0. Psl United in the lead. Jaliwa. Mahachi now with possession. Highlanders have got a free play on the side, Talent Chamboko. Lack of vision in the middle of the park. Captain Mkuli, Mongameli Moyo, Mogare Chuma and others should realize that there is a player who is free on the blind side here. Kope Mugalu. Jaliwa calls the situation. Gurende turns away from his marker. Precious Piri to Njaliwa, very skillful Njaliwa. And this one taken away by Lawrence Mutanga. Mahachi finding Rauji. Mongameli Chuma. Rauji is brought down. Referee says a free kick to Highlanders. Highlanders coming through. Run looked a bit short, but Pavari has managed to keep possession. Ball is played through. This one will go straight to the goalkeeper, Washington Arubi. Psl United well invested in foreigners here. Uchuzi Vunga with a goal, as well as Kope Mugalu, the Congolese striker. Here he is once again. Meke, scorer of the first goal. Brings in a good looking cross. It's taken away by Ngwenya. Mahachi, as Highlanders are looking for a goal here to start the comeback trail. It's taken away by Odiogan to the captain Mkuli. Into the sender for Pavari. Rolls it to the near side here for Chamboko rather. Chamboko slipped through. Exchanging passes with Pavari. Chamboko combining with Chuma. Lovely stuff for Highlanders. This one is tipped over the bar. Oh, that was a good effort indeed, and Segrugudo was on guard and tipped it over for a corner.
Good play, Highlanders.
A lovely play, the captain there taking it through, and the goalkeeper was always on guard. And a penalty to Highlanders. It's a penalty to Highlanders.
Mongameli Chuma.
Mongameli Chuma has picked it up.
I think it troubled the Cape United defense, and I think for a striker, once you enter into the box, better keep the ball to your feet if you can't take a shot. Because definitely you are going to draw a foul and aim his team a penalty.
Exactly.
And I think that's what, streetwise, Mongameli Chuma did there.
Now Odiogan, Benjamin Odiogan prepares to take it. The 20-year-old Nigerian striker for Highlanders has stepped up to take it. Referee Patrick Kalota blows his whistle, says let's go. Well taken by Odiogan to make it 3 goals to 1 here to Faro Stadium. Is this a comeback for Highlanders, I wonder, Joe?
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe it's too much of a mountain to climb. But you can't take away from that beautiful penalty. It's well struck, pace, and with height. Even if Arup might have gone on to the left-hand side, look at the elevation there. I think it would have still gone in. But I think it's a mountain to climb for Highlanders. I don't think they've maybe a chance of winning it 4-3. Hey, that would be one of the rarest odds we can witness in football. But look, anything can happen. But I think it's a tall order for Highlanders to come and get two more goals to equalize.
Let's see how they will handle this one. Alenim Kombete. Ball picked up. Galu. Fungo. This boy's problems. And look at it. Telling everyone to cool down. Uchizi Vunga. Kurende. Back for Chigrida. Precious Spirit. The return pass looks good. Cape United are flowing forward now. Turns in. Mkombe's effort inside the area. And it goes wide. I'm glad to say that, we've come to watch an exciting match, just like what we did yesterday.
Yeah,
it was another exciting encounter.
End-to-end stuff here.
End-to-end.
But of course, Highlanders will not be happy with the scoreline. But I think the Highlanders have also given what they can as well. They've also come up with their own attack or threatening attacks. But Cape United, of course, are signing the checkbook at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. And I must also add a disclaimer here that we're watching this one as neutral observers. We don't have to be guided by the scoreline. Both sides are doing so well. Cape United have managed to get 3 goals, and Highlanders just 1 goal scored by Benjamin Odiogan, the Nigerian youngster. Here's Bello Koza. Ball played through. Jaliwa will pick it up. He clears the danger. Guiding it backwards. Mugalu doing well to keep the ball under control. Meke has got the pace. He beats some Bello Koza. Meke is brought down. Yeah, it's becoming difficult for the young man. Yeah, Bello Koza. He cannot handle. It's not handle Meke. There he is.
He had a good first half in Bello Koza. Yeah, I think he tripped him, Bello Koza. He crossed paths. There's no need to demonstrate there and probably risk earning yourself a yellow card. Exactly. But I think it was a clear trip.
And the other thing is you don't have to contest every referee's decision.
That's the other penalty that Highlanders won.
Yeah.
See, he did very well there, Mongameli Chuma. He tugged the ball into his path, and then of course he got tripped.
Yeah, that was a clear penalty.
Yeah, there's no denying.
There's no denying it.
Clear penalty. He had evaded Bruce Kangwa's tackle. Chigbida
came through and
it was reckless. If Chigbida had just took his ground, maybe Mongameli would have bumped into him. He would have gotten maybe the fair side of the judgment from the referee. But I think he was also offensive, and then he tagged in Mongameli to the ground. And on the other side here, Bello Koza, I think he's having a torrid time in the second half after having a brilliant first half. So very unfortunate for the young man. I think he just needs to lift himself up. He needs someone to give him a hug and tell him to say, keep pushing, you've been doing well, don't worry about what has happened.
And of course these things do happen in football. As the free kick is about to be taken, the substitute for Cape United lining up to take it as Talent Chamboko. Highlanders have got their personnel in the box. There's a bit of pushing and shoving, lots of ajibaji. The referee managing it, hands up to say, look, keep your hands off an opponent. Chaboko's cross is low. Nobody home. Ugalu will guide it to Precious Piri. And the chance once again easily taken by the goalkeeper. And that was a good run by Chikwida, who was left alone in the box. Highlanders are closing down, and there's an injured player. The Highlanders player looks like Mbelo Koza is the one I don't see up and about. It was a late tackle on him. And the referee indicating that the ball was still running. So just number 2 for Highlanders, Mbelo Koza, will now call it a day. In comes Marvin. Mbelo Koza, Marvin Svanda comes on.
They're also preparing to bring in Prince.
Looks like they're benching the captain. Yeah, Prince Ndlovu comes in. They've decided to pull out the captain. Kanjani Marwari throwing in more strikers at the expense of midfielders. Danga finds Shenje. Right. Roin in possession. Gets past the marker. With a very good pass, and in the end, the referee has blown. Yeah, he hasn't been playing the advantage rule that well. The Highlanders were impeded. I thought they were in possession, but he has blown. Here's Marvin Spanda. He wants the ball placed to the ground so that he can take the free kick. It's a drop ball. United clear. Ugalu has done well. Ugalu is going forward. He has got the pace and skill. Turns away from his marker. Kopem Galu. Tinotenda maker. This is the troublemaker. Oh, he goes down. I mean, since coming on, this young man has caused problems for Highlanders.
Yeah, he's been the live wire for Cape United on the left flank and causing all kinds of problems. I think he's the one who unlocked the goals floodgates for Cape United. So Tinotenda Meke coming in as an impact player for Cape United. That's Tino Meke used to play for Simba Bora as well.
He's doing well for his new team this afternoon. And Gwenya collects it. Mongameli Chuma, an early pass, ball played to the far side. Once again the clearance, massively cleared away by Grande. Cape United must be constantly looking at the watch. 18 minutes to go to the 90. 3 goals to 1 the scoreline. Highlanders are not done yet. It's taking too long to release the ball. Giving it 1 or 2 touches. That's a lovely stuff. Mongameli Chuma. Roy Nyamono guiding it through. This one goes wide. I thought there was a deflection. The referee did see that. Well, maybe I got some visual issues.
I think that was a wasted effort by Anson Pavard. I would have expected maybe to take a few chances, venture towards goal or find a black and white shirt.
Here comes Cape United once again. This is Alien Mkombedzi. This is the player who has been creating the goals. Marvin Spanda. Kudawase Mahachi. Highlanders are pouring forward into the middle of the park. Raoji turns a complete circle. Long searching crossfield pass, neatly brought down, but Yamono could not keep the ball in play. That's a clearance which goes to the wrong man. Picked up once more, Prince Ndlovu. Marvin Sibanda. Kunakwashe Mahachi. Back to Sibanda. Marvin plays a long ball And offside according to the near side assistant referee. Caps United can breathe again. And one of their players is lying on his back, injured. Looks like the veteran Kopem Gallo, is it?
He's got a problem with his shoulder.
Yeah, it is Kopem Gallo complaining with his shoulder there. Tekshua Chiragui on the bench. This is the first goal, wonderfully taken by Tunotenda Meke by Caps United, who are now leading by 3-1.
That comes off from the
goalkeeper.
Alan Kombedzi.
That good shot there by the new boy, Uchizi Vunga. Kombedzi once again in the bounce, deceiving Mugalu with a striker's finish to make it 3-0 at that time. They've all gone through to embrace their coach. Tekshua Chiragui is enjoying a lot of support from both the players and the fans, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Confirmation of the scoreline here, 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, as a house that is actually going through a difficult phase as a Caps United family, I think this will come in as the right tonic for the green half of the city. Getting this lift and possibly look forward to the next games and have a strong finish in this season.
Yes, indeed, they'll try and do that as we watch here. Highlanders going through Marvin Sbanda, queuing up a shot from a distance. You have got to respect Washington Arubi there. I don't think we can beat him from that sort of distance if you don't get a deflection. Raoji keeping possession. Some good marking coming in from Caps United. Pressure speed has done well to release his striker. Here it comes on the rear side here. Kombedzi with a lot of space, turns and field. Tries a shot but fails. Kombedzi still fighting and fighting. Finally losing it to Kalari. Piri has been another outstanding player for Caps United on the right-hand side of defence. Here they come, United. Now they are going again. Past one man. Past the ball. A chance. Alanim Kombedzi. He is a creator, not a goal scorer maybe. Mogameli Chuma goes down. Talent taken but throw into Highlanders. I think there is some activity on the substitute bench for Caps United. This is the effort. Lovely stuff coming in from the Caps United substitutes. Prince Dovu had taken it away. These are the replays. And the Caps United player is being ferried off the field of play. Hopefully it's nothing serious, because they are making some changes here. Mugalu is calling it a day. In comes just number 13 for United, Obrel Chirinda, the former Ngezi Platinum and the former Highlanders as well, comes on. And then Junior Bunjira is set to come on. He has got 12 minutes to impress Tekshua Chiragui. And the introduction of young Bunjira means that there will be a lot of wing play for Caps United. Alanim Kombedzi will leave the field of play a very happy man after creating 2 goals for Caps United, Joe.
Yeah, I think he will. And I think he will have a good shout, I think, for nomination for man of the match. Because he brought 2 goals and he put in a good show.
Good show indeed. And then this is Junior Bunjira, slips it through, the return pass! It's cleared. Oh, it was nearly the case of lightning striking in the same place twice.
Yeah,
he just came in and was given an opportunity with a bit of luck that could have evaded the goalkeeper. But it didn't happen. Chirinda will fight and fight, but then he's caught offside.
And looking at the substitutions for Caps United, is it an indication that Tekshua Chiragui is looking for more goals? because he's bringing attack-minded players. One would have thought maybe he wants to manage the game, but as it is, he's brought in players who are hungry for goal and probably who can give Highlanders more problems in the box.
Well, I think his view is that, look, the best way of defending is attacking. And we've always noticed that whenever a team starts defending, you invite pressure from the opponents. So he wants to keep them on the back foot. As we see Highlanders now going forward, ball is taken away. Chirinda. Vunga. But it's taken away by Zovu Prince. Slips it through. Mongameli Chuma will pick this one up. Brings in a low cross. It is easily taken away by Gurende. Pavari. A lovely touch from the midfielder. Gain Marvin Svanda. Picked up by Mongameli Chuma. Roy Nyamono's cross looks good. Cleared away. Signs of a handball, but the referee is indicating that his hand was tucked in. But these fans are not happy about it. And it looks like Junior Bunjira was cynically brought down.
We want to look at that move.
Yeah,
I think I want us to see whether the ball was bounced from the Cape United body onto the hands, which might also give us another interpretation. But first touch.
Yeah, it bounced off his foot onto his hands.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's not a penalty if that happens. So Patrick Kalota got it right, but this is the tackle
from
Kudamahachi.
It
bordered on cynicism.
Yeah, unnecessary on the part of Kudamahachi.
But then after he was trying to avoid the breakaway attack again to put the scoreline beyond the reach of Highlanders.
Yeah, but even then, also even like you risk even choking the player, which could be dangerous play. Yeah. And I think it was also maybe as a response to the Highlanders shout for a penalty in the other end, and then on the counter, and then maybe trying like to take matters into your hands by Kudamahachi.
Yeah, Texture should agree. Still has a lot for his players. He knows all about football. He has got the experience, played for Cape United and the national team. Here comes the cross inside the area. Mongameli Chuma slips it through. Marvin Svanda. Good chest down by Rauji. Mahachi. Svanda. Back to Svanda. Mongameli Chuma wasn't in the right place and the clearance is good. Cape United penalized. Free kick quickly taken. Mongameli Chuma. Lucky Nyamono was on it in hand and just lost possession. Here's Meke trying to get past Shenje, but he was thwarted. Prince Love, unfortunately, will have to leave the field of play. He's injured.
He's being pulled out.
Yeah, he's limping heavily.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I think he realizes that if he continues to play, he'll damage himself even more. Another change is that of Highlanders. Shelter Moyo set to come in. Yeah, Rauji is the player identified. Benjani Marwari trying to keep sharpening the attack in the hope that in the next 7 or so minutes Highlanders will be able to get 2 goals and save a point here. Cape United going forward once again inside the area. Marvin Svanda scrambles it away. Kudamahachi losing possession. And the referee finally blowing for a free kick. And Chirinda is the one who created havoc. Bunjira was not expecting it, and in the end, he was robbed of the ball in a very promising position. The Highlanders now still try to find something and salvage this encounter. Pawari. Chuma was in the wrong place. This one is taken away by Precious Piri, who comes up with a long clearance, and this one is guided back to the goalkeeper by Kudagwashe Mahachi. Mahachi made his name as a Zimbabwe Youth International. Oh, Chizivonga. Oh, goodness me, that was a good sliding tackle by Highlanders. The cross comes in, and chance once again for United. Meke! That's a rout. 4 goals to 1. I think Tinotenda Meke has made his case very strongly to coach Tekshua Chiragwi that he should be in the starting lineup next time.
Tinotenda Meke, does he know that Highlanders are bereaved? He's not showing any respect, but anyway, it's a game of football. But a good cross that came in from Junior Bunje and a dummy from Obriel, and then Tinotenda Meke picking his spot, twisting and turning and deceiving his markers. Cut to his right, picking up a spot and hammering it home. I think this is the final nail on the Highlanders' coffin.
Oh yes, indeed, Tinotenda Meke displaying some confidence, the confidence of a conman, rounding off the goalkeeper despite having 2 defenders behind him. He went on to place the ball into an empty net. Tinotenda Meke, what a performance.
Some Highlanders fans,
The Highlanders fans have seen enough.
They are disappointed.
They have seen enough. This is their biggest defeat ever. As Marvin Spanda restarts the formula. Well, you were asking questions about Tekshua Chiragwi. Confirmation of that scoreline. 4 goals to 1. Yeah, with 4 minutes to go, surely Cape United can start thinking of collecting 3 points. I was about to say you were mourning about Cape United piling on the striking, attacking players instead of, throwing in defensive players to preserve this lead. It looks like Chiragwi has got it all right.
And I think he got it all right in the dressing room at half-time break. Was it found that the Cape United play came out differently in the second half compared to what they were doing in the first half. Highlanders actually had a better first half than Cape United. And now Cape United are actually ripping the Highlanders apart from all wings, left, right and center. And 4 goals definitely are telling a true story of Cape United second half.
Here's a chance once again. Chirinda in the box, and the clearance goes wide. And the Cape United family in a happy mood this afternoon. They came here showing solidarity to their coach. Tekshua Chiragwi won that red. Tekshua, make sure we are solidly behind you. It has paid off at the end. The corner is taken short. Returned back. The cross inside the area. Jaliwa, whom we have forgotten. And this is an opportunity now. Some good running. But then Chikweda sensibly playing the ball into touch to give away a throw-in and allowing his teammates to come back in defense. Marvin Spanda picks up possession, lays it into the center. The president, Mongameli Chuma. He couldn't help Highlanders, whose fans have decided to leave the field of play. That's a good pass across field from Yamono. Now it's into the center. For a moment I thought Shelton Moyo would get it. Lawrence Mtanga. Kudakwashe Mahachi. Onto the near side here, good control. As Highlanders are trying to find something out of this encounter. Can they do it? Shenje. The cross looks good. Cleared away. Highlanders must be commended for not throwing in the towel in terms of performance, because they're still fighting and they still believe that they can come back in this game.
Yes, I think the scoreline is deceiving, Stanley, because the Highlanders are not a bad side. If you look at the way they play, they actually, you can see the pattern of play, you can see what they're trying to do. It's only that the finishing up front maybe is deceiving them. But scoreline definitely deceiving to flatter. But look, the game of football is decided on the scores.
Yes, indeed, goals do decide the game of football. Marvin Spanda is cluttered into by Chando, the man who replaced Shandirwa. Playing more and more as a defensive midfielder. Good control on the far side. Yeah, it is Moyo. Mongameli Chuma. 4 minutes of additional time to be played here. Roy Nyamono to Marvin Spanda. Trying to shoot from afar, but headed away. Kudakwashe Mahachi. This is a good looking cross. Here they come once more. Shenje Tawanda. Slips it to Mongameli Chuma. Can you bring an early cross? Chuma taking some time on the balls. Turns one side, then the other. This is a good looking chance, and Odiogon tried a scissors kick. Didn't work out. Back again to Mongameli. Chuma falls in the center, calling for another penalty. Yes, that's a penalty. It is penalty. You don't have to take his leg off to make it a penalty.
That's very clever of Mongameli.
Exactly.
It's street football.
Yeah.
For me, these are signs of street football that we need to enjoy in the street.
He was kicked.
He invited the tackle.
And
Chamboko there was deceived,
handle
and
it.
he fell into the trap, into the Mongameli trap. I think, well, it's a deserving penalty, but he did. There was no need for him to fling his boot into Mongameli. So Chamboko there, unfortunate, conceding a second penalty for Cape United.
Hopefully, he must have learned his lesson.
He sent him a dummy.
It's again Odiogan. This is now a different player taking the penalty. Isaac Ngoma rolls it into the back of the net to make it 2 for Highlanders. Well, like we were saying just before that penalty, that look, Highlanders haven't thrown in the towel in terms of performance.
Yeah, they're still trying to fight. They're
they,
showing us a good game here.
Indeed. It's a pity that they made 1 or 2 mistakes that resulted in goals for Cape United, but United will have to be commended as well, especially goals by Tinotenda Meke. The second one was outstanding. Grand pumping a long ball forward, and in the end Aaron Gwenya will pick it up. And this one rolls into touch. Throw in to Cape United. Just in your picture there, Mongameli Chuma limping. I don't know if he will be able to apply himself fully.
Off your picture, Coach Teksho Chiragui is asking Chamboko, what were you doing there to give away a penalty kick? Just shepherd the player off, because he's not really causing any danger.
Exactly.
Just watch him, delay him, and make sure he doesn't send a cross. So, well, I think Teksho Chiragui right to believe it there.
Yeah, he's definitely right to be livid about it. Mongameli Chuma brings the ball in the center, and it wasn't properly controlled, but this time it runs on the far side. Shelton Moyo taken away from him. Chirinda. Here it comes to the ginger man. Vunga, and it goes wide. Yeah, this Malawian, once he settles down and he gets to know how to go about his business, he could be real trouble for opponents in Zimbabwe.
He'll cause a few problems like this. Yeah.
And the referee has blown to end the misery for Highlanders. 4 goals to 2 is the final score here at Rufaro Stadium. What a match we had. Highlanders did not give up. Cape United were on fire in the second 45. And it was such a fantastic encounter for them. And Joe, Your quick thoughts on the match?
I think for a neutral, this was a game worth the watch. We saw a first half that gave us Highlanders putting up a good show, creating a number of interesting and exciting chances, which of course they did not convert them into goals. And then Caps United came in the second half, a rejuvenated side, and Julie got their goal barely a minute after the introduction of Tino Tendameke, coming in and capitalizing on an unfortunate Velokoza mistimed header. But again, Caps United, I think, played their game in the second half, and they are duly rewarded by the 4 goals. Highlanders on their part, I think they didn't give in, and they didn't throw in the towel. They kept coming, and of course they were rewarded by 2 penalty goals. At the end of the day, it's a game that gave us the thrills, the spills, the shocks, and the excitement that any soccer fan can want to watch.
Certainly indeed, both teams lived up to expectations. The scoreline, of course, is a bit deceptive because Highlanders did not give this lying down. It's unfortunate they made 1 or 2 mistakes, and Cape United made a meal of both of those, and they've managed to score 4 goals and beat Highlanders by 4 goals to 2, and it will be interesting to see who at the end of the day has been made the man of the match. For me, Pawari, it's a pity he was on the losing side, but then when you look at Cape United, Tino Tendameke came in with a lot of firepower. Did he get it or didn't he? Let's wait and see as we wait for Valentine Mabugu to interview the coaches. That is Benjani Marwari and Tekshua Chiragui. And of course in the background you can hear the music by the late Zex Manata. It's a Cape United song as the Cape United players are shaking off the day's work with a light workout. And this is the man I'm talking about, Vunga. He will be a thorn in the flesh to many defenders in the country with his close ball control, his vision, his ability to read the game, the way it is going, controlling proceedings in the center. Surely other players must watch out.
And for a player who's making his debut in the country, his confidence on the ball is amazing. He's got this good touch on the ball. He's got the magnet to his feet. He can control the ball. He can command the ball the way he wants. And I think it's going to cause many problems for the local teams.
Yes, indeed. It will be problems for both teams as we cross over now to Valentine Mabugu for the interviews.
Indeed, what a match, what a thriller match. 6-goal thriller, 4 goals for Caps United, 2 for Highlanders, and 2 penalties for them. And joining me right now is the Caps United gaffer, Tekshua Chiragui. Oh, what a match. The boys really finally did come good today with the goals, and 4 of them they gave you nonetheless. Your overall assessment of the whole 90 minutes, the first half and the second 45, when the guns really come bearing with good gunpowder in the ammunition that you had.
Thank you so much. I want to thank God, and we had a better first half. We couldn't manage even to play the ball, but I think the good thing that we did is to make sure that we didn't concede. And there's nothing much that I can say. First half, we only got 2 chances. The one that Tanaka Shandelwa missed, and the other one for Kaonga, where we went to press on the goalkeeper. But we didn't do much. Then we make some changes during the halftime, and we brought in the young Kunaishe Chando and also Tino Tendameke, trying to look for a speed and also stop the Highlanders right back who was venturing forward more. And I think we played our cards very well. He came in early in the second half. We managed to get a goal, and from there they opened up the game, and that's where we started to scoring. And I think today they were very more clinical in front of the goal. That was the most important part that we were missing. But today, I also want to congratulate the guys. They did very well, and also the team at large. And I think even the fans today, they are happy because they always come to see their players giving them goals and winning. So I think at the end of the day, managed to score 4 goals and collect maximum points. We have done so well. Unfortunately, a bit of disappointed how we conceded those 2 goals. I wasn't happy personally, but let's take the positive. We managed to win 4-2 and collect maximum points.
And just a quick one before you go. Is this the right lift that you need? There's still 24 points to fight for, and it could reignite your championship challenge as well.
Yeah, for us, I think what is important is to make sure that we keep on grinding results and we keep on working very hard. The games that are coming are also more important, so we just take every game as it comes to make sure that we can focus on every game that is coming.
Coach, go and enjoy with the lads. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is the coach, Texio Shiraku, elated that finally the boys today did manage to get the win today. And joining me this afternoon is only his third defeat this season. Benjani, a tough one to take, but it could have turned better if the chances you got in the first half were taken as well. But you can take us through the first half as well as the second half, the overall assessment of the game.
No, first half we played so well, we dominated. I always say if you don't convert your chances, they can come to hunt you. That's what exactly happened. They turned up in the second half. We gave them a soft goal. From there, we never recovered. You know, sometimes when you give away soft goals, and today we're not that strong. I guess it's our bad week, you know, with what happened last week, and then we lose in that manner. We take it, and then we need to regroup and start all over again.
Indeed, and of course the tough one to take. I guess those two defensive frailties in the second half really costed you. But you get to lift up. There are still 24 points to fight for the season, where you want to finish as well as a team.
Yes, of course. We know we wanted to finish in the top half. I know we've got a very young and energetic team. We'll try and try and get there and finish in the top 10.
Indeed, a tough one, coach, but safe travels back to Bulawayo.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Coach Benjani Mariwari. They're disappointed that his lads didn't get the win this afternoon. You would have loved for them to get the win as well this afternoon. And I hope and trust that you thoroughly enjoyed the 6-goal thriller that we did experience this afternoon at Rufaro Stadium. And I still have my two match analysts here. And of course, Spencer Nyametel Sparrow. What a match. 6 goals scored, 4 from the northern end. I told you something was going to give, nonetheless, and it happened.
And you called it right, that this goal takes in a lot of goals, and Caps United managing to hit 4 past. But I must give credit to Texio Shiragi. I think at the halftime he really made a good substitute, bringing in Tinote and make it in a good job. But what a match, end-to-end stuff, and Highlanders, they'll kick themselves because they dominated the game in the first half. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert the chances.
Max.
Yep.
Gladiators live for this, to make the arena an entertainment like this.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I think at that halftime, we even thought that there were no goals coming in the second. But I think, like Spencer is saying, credit has to go to the manager. I think it was better of the managers in that dressing room and take short shot making the right substitution exactly. And also the positive impact that the substitutes actually made on the playing field. I mean, this is like the Caps United that started the season that we saw today. And I think that will give them a lot of confidence going forward. And the fans, they can't just be any more happier than this.
No, Shai Samfaro.
Well, they are celebrating. I think it's a huge relief to the fans, if anything, or to see their team being prolific in front of goal and to score 4 goals from that second half. I think it was brilliant, and congratulations to Caps United.
Do you see it as something that can reignite their campaign? There's still 24 points to play for.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It is something that can definitely do that. And also, with another look into the cup games coming, I think if they end the season with a cup and a trophy as well, I think that would be, quite a good end to the season. And they're probably not going to be able to compete for the title. I think it's a little bit far from them now, but there's still a lot to play for, like you're saying, the points and the positions as well on the log table.
Well, gentlemen, I would love for us to really talk further and analyze further, but it is the pomp and fun and everything that is taking place right here at Rufaro. And of course, it is time for communion to be collected by the players as well. And of course, it's time to give, well, from myself, Valentine Mabugu, on behalf of my analyst, Spencer Mayozao, as well as Max Mandishis. Gentlemen, I must thank you very much for making time and coming through as well. As well as on behalf of our match commentators, that is Elder Stanley Katande, together with John Kani, our producers and the crew behind the scenes. From myself, Valentine Mabugu, it's bye-bye and happy viewing on ZBC TV.